Welcome to this Chess Legends game review where a blindfold 12-year-old defeats his uncle. And so the 12-year-old in question is none other than Paul Morphy. And on his 12th birthday, he played his uncle. But the 12-year-old Morphy, one of the greatest chess players of all time, was blindfolded, and the game began with e4, and his uncle responded with e5. And then knight to f3, attacking this pawn in the center, and the knight to c6 move defends this pawn. And the game continued with bishop to c4. And now we have bishop to c5, and c3 is played here. And this is the main line of the Gyoko piano game here. And it continued with d6 here, just helping to fortify this pawn and allow this bishop to move out. And then castling by Morphy. And then knight to f6. So both sides are just developing their pieces. And now the c3 move, we see why this was played earlier. It allows d4 to be played. And after capture, now this bishop is under attack and must move. So the bishop retreats, and then we have h3 being played here. So this move basically keeps the bishop from pinning this knight to the queen. And then h6 is played as well here. And this move, the same thing, it keeps the bishop from being able to pin the knight to the queen. And now Paul Morphy develops another piece, knight to c3 here, and then castling. And so both sides are just developing all their pieces, getting them off the back rank. Here the rook was moved out to this half-open e-file to put more pressure on this pawn, which is now attacked by two pieces and only defended by the knight. So instead of worrying about this pawn, Paul Morphy presses forward here, attacking the knight. And now we have this move, a capture on e3 here. And so then after a capture of the knight, we have the bishop moving back, retreating. But now Morphy responds by opening the position up more, attacking the knight and the pawn here. And then after a capture, we have, instead of a queen exchange here, which if we go back and look at that, it looks like that's what the computer recommends for the slight advantage for white, is to capture the queen here. But Morphy declines to exchange queens. He wants to keep his queen for the attack here, and he lines up his bishop and queen on this f7 pawn. And now the rook protects the pawn, but the bishop captures here anyway. And so after the rook recaptures, this allows the knight to jump up into black's king side here and attack this rook. So the queen moves here to protect the rook, which is pinned. The rook cannot move because of this queen lined up on the rook and king here. And so now we have a capture over here, and bishop recaptures. And rook to e1, protecting this knight, and a bishop move here, developing this bishop from this diagonal to the other one, but attacking this rook, which is pinned in here. But we have this knight move here. So in this position, it looks like bishop capturing on f2 with check is the way forward, but instead black plays this move taking his queen out of this line of attack here. And so the rook moves up to e7 here. And here is where Paul Morphy's uncle, Ernest Morphy, resigns, because in this position we see white is ahead +2, but we have a pin here on this rook by the queen, so the rook can't move. It is attacked here. If the queen tries to capture, the knight would be able to capture. So Paul Morphy's uncle has resigned. So that was not a bad little game, an interesting game for a 12-year-old to play who was blindfolded. Even though this 12-year-old went on to become one of the greatest chess players of all time. And unfortunately, Paul Morphy, his career wasn't very long. So I encourage you to check out more games of Paul Morphy, an all-time chess legend. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and feel free to leave comments or suggestions. Thank you and have a great day.